In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Kraus. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to like this video, smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So without further ado, Cash Kraus.
Yes. Smash that follow button and like that thumbs up.
Yeah, well, like that thumb. Yeah, I think you got those backwards, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, another TV Tuesday coming in hot with episode 5 of Sacred Games.
I feel like we've been on this journey now for a very long time.
We are, and I think it's coming to an end.
Well, that's what possibly.
For all we know, season 3 could all take place in day 1 of the last explosion. So it could be, they could really draw that out.
They really could.
Like 24, remember that show? It all took place 24 hours.
Right.
Kiefer Sutherland, classic. But yeah, this scene though, if you like, or this episode, if you like orgies,
which
you're in for a treat, my friend. There's a lot of adult lap sitting in this.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of lap sitting. A lot of
aggressive lap sitting, yes.
I would say.
Love that scene. We'll get into it, though. But we did tease the orgy in episode 4.
We did.
So we give you a little taste.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we finally get it. And you weren't kidding, my friend.
No, I wasn't. It was very graphic,
it was good.
too.
Oh, yeah. Very
the one
good.
guy,
That's how
missionary. I mean, you could see his balls and everything. I was like, okay, well.
Yep.
We're not messing around
Chapathi's,
here, are we? Having everyone sit on his lap.
Yeah, come sit on old.
Oh, what is that?
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. You are pure now.
Yes.
Now come on into the pond of tranquility, and we'll get
we'll get
more acquainted.
Absolutely.
I love how that's always how it was. Like whenever you move to the next level, it's like, all right, now you got to fuck Chapathi.
Now you got to sit on my lap.
Like that's definitely how it goes in every cult.
Well, and the thing is everyone's just fighting to fuck them. Like they
well, to be
want
honest, Gatatonde, he wanted to fuck the girl more, the second command.
Well, yeah.
She was only in love with, of course, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to one-up the cult leader.
Yeah, it's really hard.
No matter how cool you are,
when that guy's
they're there for one reason.
Purity.
Yeah, and they're there for one reason. So it's going to be hard to one-up him. But yeah, season 5 starts out with, well, first season 4, Sartaj. We remember he's slowly getting a little closer.
He is.
But things are cooking up now in season 5. We actually have, I'm so glad, we actually have a nuclear bomb.
We do.
Physical nuclear bomb.
That we actually get to see in this episode.
Yes, no more talk. No more people getting sick. There's a physically egg-shaped nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
And they're ready to set this baby off.
Absolutely.
Tripathi is saying, I've had visions. We got to make this world pure again.
And they're saying that, I don't remember the scientific term, but this one is essentially 10 times bigger than the bomb dropped at Hiroshima.
I think, what was it? It's not kilowatts. It's something, Hiroshima was 20.
I'm going to go with the Back to the Future gigawatts.
Gigawatts it was.
That's what it was.
We got to get it up
21 times higher than 21 gigawatts.
And that's a lot of gigawatts.
It is. It is a lot of gigawatts.
But yeah, 20. They said it was like, what was it? 4 times larger than Hiroshima. So Hiroshima.
Yeah, Hiroshima was 15, and this one was
no, Hiroshima was. Oh, no, Hiroshima was 20.
They said it twice. They said 20, and then one time they said 15.
Okay,
so I don't know. 2015.
I don't know how correct the nuclear science is.
And I'm not a nuclear chemist.
It definitely gets into some shady areas as well.
Yeah. Especially
what Tripathi is talking about. He's talking about Palestine and India and Pakistan
North Korea,
South Korea. Then you start talking about mutations and and that's gonna it gets real. It gets as this then it's just getting to deeper. It's in that fucking Jim Jones area when he's telling you when he's about to tell you to take the Flavor Aid.
Yep.
But it's at that point you can tell all these followers are so deep in that they don't question anything at this point. And this is the point in the cult where he can tell them anything.
Well, and if you do question it, then Luke Kenny is going to knock you over the head with a baseball bat. Yeah.
Which is one of the more brutal ways to covertly kill someone.
This guy was using guns a lot. I don't know why he just didn't use a gun. It would have been a lot cleaner.
Uses guns throughout the entire show.
He does, but for whatever reason, you leave the Colt,
it's going to take your brains 45 minutes for him to kill 3 people with a pipe. The man is going to be exhausted.
And you're taking a risk that not one of them is going to run away while you're killing one of them. So I just use a gun,
It's a slow method.
It is.
It's a very slow method, but we have to assume he did it.
Oh, no, he definitely did.
I can't believe people after all that they've gone through this fucking years of drugs. We're like, I'm out.
Yeah, like nuclear bomb, I'm good. Well, that one guy with headphones, he just took off his headphones. I'm like, were you even listening?
I think it was a translator. Multiple people were headphones. I don't think they were listening to their iPad.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
It's like, of all the times not to be, he's like, one second, I gotta.
Did you say nuclear? Yeah, no, I'm out. Sorry. I'm listening to some Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I'm podcasting right now. I can't. But I heard, can we go back a step? Yeah, that's so weird. They're like, okay, this is too far for me. But yeah, like you said, he comes out. He says to be pure again. I can't remember the term he uses. There's something that he keeps calling. It's Sata Yoga. That's what they're like when they're pure. They're into Sata Yoga. I have no idea what that meant. It just sounded like some cliche cult kind of.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the yoga instructor that fucks his students.
Yeah, that becomes too far. Every yoga instructor is just one bad day away from becoming a cult leader.
Absolutely. Unquestionably.
Those people are too comfortable in their hands.
I've met some person.
He molds up. Oh, absolutely.
They are, absolutely.
Well, I'll say men yoga teachers usually seem to be more like
women are pretty
yeah. Although there's very few women cult leaders. I mean, I don't know any that come to mind, but I'm sure throughout history. But yeah, so shit's getting weird. And for Sartaj, it's not looking good.
Has it ever looked good for the guy?
Well, right now, though, he's sweating through multiple shirts.
You got to start asking questions.
No one said anything.
Sartaj, I know it's hot here.
I get it.
Why are you sweating?
But Sartaj, that shirt is dripping. Right. You've lived here your entire life.
You have. And all of a sudden now you're sweating.
The fact that you're not accumulated to the weather or the environment. Obviously, that meant, I mean, he's shaking. He can barely move.
Well, he's got dark circles around his eyes. He looks like shit.
I mean, it looks like textbook withdrawals.
Yes, of course.
But no, and he works with cops.
Right.
It's like maybe the one other group would be doctors. He would be most like, oh my God, something's up with this guy. But again, not the greatest cops.
No.
And they let him go and interrogate what's his name? The politician.
The politician guy, it's so hard to say his name. Parulkar?
It is hard. That is difficult.
Parulkar.
I'll say you're pretty close with that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they played by Niraj Kabi.
Yeah, he's, of course, the bad coach.
Yeah, the bad coach.
And he's the bad. He seems to be kind of typecasted at this point.
He is. He's
always playing a piece of shit.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah. And always eating.
Always eating. This guy loves his food.
Even when they go from one scene to like a completely different time frame, still eating.
Still eating.
Still eating. And the same food, too. Like he's taking it just to set. Like it might be his personal food.
And he's always on his phone like a teenager, too. I'm like, dude, come on. You're supposed to be like the head politician guy.
And not only that, he's getting interrogated by the fucking police. But anyway, Sartaj comes in. He's all fucking... he starts grabbing the guy. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
Sartaj, you can't just grab this guy like that. Come on. There are consequences.
But, yeah, he's looking bad. Yeah, his finger maybe getting a little gangrenous. He's smelling.
Still fucking bleeding. You're like, how many weeks until this thing is properly
healed? It's weeping, yeah. But again, he is just on... The last thread.
Yeah.
He's just struggling, and he does
end up... It's been a rough go.
He ends up collapsing, I think, in this episode. And they take him to the hospital, and he gets let go. Out of all
You had
the
a ton of fucking drugs in your
that's
system.
the one thing that gets this guy fired.
Yeah, I know.
He's done so,
That is shoddy police work ever.
he's done so much. And not only that, but other cops too. I can't believe. But yeah, the drugs. Say you're out.
Zero tolerance policy here.
But it's also some mystery drug that no one really knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised it even came up, that the Gochi shit. But man, as more episodes go on, you find out how important that is
Oh, yeah.
to keep everyone in line.
Yep.
Is have them constantly on
Well,
a
and,
good amount of drugs.
Gayatande kind of alluded to that too. He goes, they wouldn't give us blankets. We had to do suffering, but the one thing we always had plenty of was this Gucci stuff.
Yeah, and everyone the gooch, the Gucci stuff. Yeah, everyone. That was definitely interesting when they're showing the trials he had to go through before he could start fucking everyone. Yeah, he almost froze to death, but plenty of the drugs,
The juice.
so good.
I'll just refer to it as the juice
So
from here
good.
on out.
Well, really, it's in tea. Well, it's in tea form at the start, but then
It
they
is
start
tea.
giving it to pills.
Pill form. That's
And
even more dangerous.
anytime Sartaj comes into the place to start asking questions or whatever, they're just
Here's some
here you go.
pills.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
forcing. It's like, again, I don't want that.
I'll answer the question. Just take the pill.
But the time when she gives it to him and he's like, he
Yeah.
wants it so fucking bad. It might just be straight heroin.
Well, then she just straight up gave him the honest answer. We're gonna drop a nuke.
Yeah,
And he was like, you guys are fucking crazy.
that chick is wild.
She is.
A second in command.
Yeah.
She is fucking wild. But yeah, she pretty much just tells. I mean, Sartaj knows that though, and they know. It was so funny. This episode's hilarious because she does say that. She just becomes honest because she knows he's a cop.
Right.
And he's like, "How long did you know?
The whole time.
Remember when you came in here asking specifically about gangsters? That time. That was exactly
Sartaj.
actually it.
Look, you weren't being very,
I could tell you the exact time and date when I exactly knew when you were a cop. But yeah, big
this guy.
shock.
Yeah, oh wow, you're a cop. Would have never guessed. I thought you were an author for a book you were writing.
How'd you know? But that's classic Sartaj.
It is Sartaj. He's a shit cop. Be honest.
So at this point, though, Sartaj, like we said, he's fired. Yep. Off the force. The nuke is going to be dropped in 5 days. And now he's back to taking drugs again.
He is, and then he meets up with Majid Ali Khan
Right.
at the military cafe.
That was a big thing. That was how they got, or they had to interrogate one of the twins that was all fucked up
Yep.
from the radiation, and then they had to do like a fake voice. Remember they brought the guy in,
yeah. And then
he kept
was-
practicing it, and the guy knew immediately. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Hung up.
But he
Where do
did
you
tell
want it?
them military cafe.
Yep.
That was the
And,
big meeting place.
So we get there. Obviously, these cops just are just awful.
Yeah.
They walk in and the guy's like radioing in the middle of the street. It's like who? And then like the cops are inconspicuously right behind a bush.
What are
but
that?
not
They're like,
even
oh, I
very
wonder
well.
who's the cop. Well, the guy talking to his caller. No one else is.
Like, come on. Could you be any more
Yeah.
forthcoming? That
This
you're
is
a
before,
police
and then this
officer?
is when Luke Kinney comes.
Yep.
Because we got to talk about that big twist. Mm-hmm. Luke Kinney comes out, has Sartaj on the drop, of course.
Of course, as always. As always. We're thinking Sartaj is like, fuck, here comes another thumb.
And even in like the summary recap that I read, also they're like Sartaj gets caught, and then in parentheses it was like again. They're
like
so-
everyone knows by now that Sartaj just sucks at his job.
Yeah. So Sartaj gets caught by Luke Kinney, Malcolm.
Yep.
Malcolm says we get actually for these like 5 and 6 the most lines Malcolm has ever had.
Yeah, for sure.
In any, and he's in almost every episode.
Not much of a talker.
But he finally gets lines, and he pretty much pulls a Gatande,
He does.
pulls a gun on
Said
himself.
there must be one more sacrifice.
Because that's the whole thing, is in the entire time that Colt is talking about sacrifices.
Yep.
Like, that is how you become pure, is making sacrifice. And that's the whole thing about the nuke, is you have to sacrifice to bring the world to...
Sayatan. Or
Yeah, whatever you say.
yoga pose.
Yeah, whatever. Yaga or whatever.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga. But yeah, so Luke Kinney gone.
Gone. Out of the picture.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate.
We get him a lot in flashbacks, I assume, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll just see him standing around him. He's got no reason to be there.
He was loyal to the cause, though.
But he's always around.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, he was. The whole thing. You probably can't catch anyone. Again, it's like Jim Jones. Anyone's willing to kill himself. So that's what makes cults so fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Is at any point the bull gun on themselves. But yeah, so Luke Kinney gone. Another disappointment death, in my opinion. I really liked Luke Kinney.
Yeah, I liked him too.
He was a badass.
He was.
Guy did not fuck. And the best person you could have in a cult.
Just someone
guy who's
blindly following you no matter what. He'll kill anyone at any time for any reason as long as you give the order.
You don't need any explanation.
No. None.
That guy does not ask a single follow-up question.
You literally just say they're impure, and he goes and kills them.
Yep, he just says, okay, enough said. I don't know who they are. You got a pipe?
Yeah,
That's all I need.
Yeah.
I got to have something.
Oh, man.
But, that's pretty much how it goes. There's also was a small thing about JoJo talking to Nawaz.
Yes.
And we get a flashback within a flashback of JoJo and her friend, who was also trying to be an actress, with Zoya.
Mary. Yeah.
They end up...
And then she goes, adios, jumps off the old rooftop.
Right.
Because I guess she was sleeping with the producer or something for some
I think
film.
everyone's sleeping with that guy.
I know. I don't understand. I feel like Mary overreacted a bit.
Well, what the big takeaway was that Zoya was like the reason all that happened.
Yeah.
And then Zoya went up to JoJo, who's still kind of close with Katande. Mm-hmm. And Zoya, in like a disguise or whatever, she's like...
Beg for her life, basically.
Yeah.
Please get Gayatande off my ass.
And JoJo says no.
But she does it.
And then she ends up doing it.
Of course she does.
Yeah. And basically all it takes is one call. And, and Nawaz is like...
Well, I think even JoJo was surprised. She was like, what? So you're done? He goes, you asked me to?
Well, no one knows he's in full cult mode right now. And he's been on drugs for the last month.
And did you know that...
You could ask him anything.
You know that was JoJo in episode 1, season 1? That he shot?
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
A good little
of
callback.
course. Yeah, duh.
Yep.
So he didn't forgive her.
No. Not JoJo. Zoya, yes, but not JoJo.
God, I totally... Yeah, man, it's been so long. I forgot that was the whole thing, was they're trying to find the woman that he shot. Yeah. He shot himself. Oh, JoJo. You're in for it.
Well, I mean, she got a little too deep.
She really did. I feel like she's got a bunch of outs to like just fucking get out of there. But
At any time,
she could
leave.
She's literally the closest person to Nawaz at this point. Besides the second in command cult leader lady.
Yeah, the lady girl.
Who he's in love with. Yeah. But man, if she's smart, she won't get with him because every one of his exes has
died.
Yeah. And at this point, he even says that he likes that woman more than he liked Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. How do you like this woman more than Cuckoo?
Cuckoo never gave him heroin.
That's true. That is true.
Cuckoo wasn't giving him straight crack in his teeth, so anyone will love you after that. But yeah, now Cuckoo, and he's on to bigger things.
He is. Well, I mean, good for him. He's moving on, you know?
Yeah.
It's only been a decade.
That's what cults are all about. You got to cut those ties. You got no baggage, no family, no nothing. They don't want any part of it.
Forget about all of it.
They don't want anyone questioning. Yeah, you don't want anyone questioning. But, that's episode 5 pretty much. Lots of orgies.
Yes.
Talked about that. That was great.
That was fun.
It's it's so funny. I did laugh when Nawaz was like, it was how it was shot too was funny. It was during the orgy scene, and Nawaz was like, but all I wanted was her. And then it zooms out, and he's got some guy on his lap.
Yeah. And he's like looking over at her.
But for now, this will do. Yeah, he's like, I know she's just staring right at him while she's getting. But she's also doing a little lap sitting.
Well, I mean, hey, Nawaz had to keep sitting on Tripathi's lap.
Oh
a few
my
times
god! Every time,
I know.
Every time he rolled the dice, he had to sit on his lap.
It's like, all right, I roll a 4 today. Yeah, that means I'm pure. I got to sit on old Tripathi's lap.
Yep, a lot of adult lap sitting, but a good episode nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, showed more of the cult.
It did.
Cult's getting wild.
Yep. Alrighty, well, that is our recap for episode 5, season 2 of Sacred Games. If you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause, and until next time.
Bye.